Let the wedding planning vlogs begin. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Healthy Emmy. I live in Boston. I'm newly engaged and I'm planning a wedding. If you want to stay up to date with all of my wedding planning, because I'm going to be documenting the whole thing, make sure to hit subscribe and click like so that I know to make more of these. I'm already loving this process so much. I truly think I was made for this. My Type A organized personality thrives on all of this planning, and I'm truly having so much fun with it. In today's vlog, this all happened yesterday. Healthy Mummy and I, my mom, went to the Cape and we looked at some wedding venues, because the first thing that we want to do is choose a place, and then we can kind of work backward from there. I got this planner on Amazon and already I cannot recommend it enough. It is, first off, it's spiral bound. A spiral bound notebook. Whew, love a spiral bound notebook. There's so much attention to detail in here. It helps you with budgeting, laying out everything that you need to pay for. It gives you a great timeline, what to do a year ahead of time, 6 months ahead of time. I mean, truly everything is in here. So I have this Healthy Mummy got the same one so that she and I can be on the same page. I know that wedding planning can be very stressful, and you'll hear from, I feel like 99% of people that are planning weddings will say, oh my gosh, it's so stressful. I'm so stressed about my wedding. I have this wedding coming up. I am not feeling 1 ounce of stress. I think that this is so fun. My mom and I get to see these venues and we get to go dress shopping and think about the flowers. It's so fun. This is the greatest thing ever. We get to plan this beautiful weekend of celebration. I don't feel stressed about it. I'm gonna choose not to feel stressed about it. And I know there are things to be stressed about. There's, to stress about the finances and the guest list and who to invite and where it should be. You could look at it as stressful. I'm looking at it as this is so fun. This whole process is just, I feel so lucky to be able to do this. I mean, truly, I don't have to plan a wedding. I get to plan a wedding. This is so cool. And to a person that I love so much. So when it comes to picking a venue, I don't have any particular place where, oh, I've always dreamt my wedding would be here, or this specific location is super important to me. Of course, I would love to get married on Nantucket in a dream, but I just can't do that to my guests. That's a big ask to ask people to get to that island. I mean, what a dream that would be, but it's, maybe for my second marriage. But for my first marriage, we're gonna keep it on the mainland. There are 2 things that I always have envisioned. And those 2 things are being on the ocean adjacent. I'm not talking about a beach wedding. I actually would not like a beach wedding, my hair flying everywhere and people sweating, but beach adjacent, which is kind of who I am as a person. Like, I love to be ocean adjacent. I don't necessarily love to be in the ocean or on a boat on the ocean, but I like to see the ocean. I've always been drawn to the water, always been drawn to be on the water, near the ocean. The second thing that I've always envisioned is, light, bright, and white. I want, wherever we have this, I want light to be pouring in. Because we live in New England, in the Boston area, the weather is so unpredictable that an outdoor wedding, that stresses me out to think about. I'm not stressed at all. But here's the thing, I'm sidestepping stress by saying I'm not gonna bring in the stress of things being weather dependent. I think I would do best in a room with floor to ceiling windows and light just pouring in and drenching the room. So light, bright, and white, and on the water. That is my ideal, to have a beautiful blue view of the ocean. So just as a side note, if anybody watching has an idea for me, I'm not a lake girl. I'm an ocean girl. If anybody here has an idea for me, we'll go anywhere in the New England area, so let me know. I'd rather go south of Boston and not north of Boston, so keep that in mind. For the reason being that it gets colder the further north you go, and my fiance's family and friends are from Long Island, so I'd rather not have us go north. Okay, so what better place to go than the Cape when you are from Massachusetts and from Boston? I mean, that is the best of what New England has to offer in the summertime. Picturesque views, the beautiful cottages. It's a good energy there. So we headed down to the Cape and we saw a couple of venues. Of course, Healthy Mummy brought with her her everyday oatmeal because we're headed down in the morning, in the early morning. This is from the Healthy Mummy cookbook, her everyday oatmeal in a little container. She's just been eating it on the way down. And then since it is a special day today, Healthy Mummy usually does not drink coffee, but I decided to surprise her with a little treat because, like I said, it is a special day. So a soy milk latte, and just a tall so that we're not going crazy. I've got my wedding planner that I got on Amazon, and this is just so helpful. It's so comprehensive. I'm loving it already. So I will be using the venue category today about choosing the right venue. And you can keep track of all of the different venues that you go and see. So everything will be in here. Healthy Mummy also got this planner, so we'll be side by side with our planning. Look how pretty she looks. Ready to tour. So this venue, when you pull in, has very much I felt like I was touring colleges again. I went to Elon in North Carolina and I was like, I feel like we're at Elon right now, where you're in just like this normal kind of place. And then when you pull into the gates of Elon, it's like this picturesque, quintessential, they paint the grass green at Elon, like nothing, no flower petal is out of place. It was gorgeous. You could have the ceremony down on the lawn. I didn't love the idea of having the ceremony on the lawn. I would rather have the ceremony on an elevated surface overlooking the ocean. So you could have it here on the lawn, or when you walk up the steps, there's a gorgeous open air area. And she said, we can do ceremonies here depending on how many people are going to be at your wedding. I forgot to say the guest list will probably be inviting around 150 people. So we'll see, the estimate, if you invite 150, the estimate is like, maybe 130 will come. So I'm not even sure if we'll invite 150. We might end up inviting like 125, but it's gonna be, my guess, between 100, 130 people at the wedding. So I loved the terrace area. I thought that was gorgeous. There was also this beautiful tent, which that was my favorite part, that you could have the tent, it could be open air. You had so much room that you could go out on. But then we stepped into the ballroom and I didn't love the ballroom. The ballroom, it was carpeted and it was a little bit dark. And I know it's so cliche for me to say this, but when so much money goes into a wedding, I'm not gonna settle for a venue that I don't love. So they were so kind here. What I also loved is that you could start the ceremony on the earlier side if you wanted to. You could even do a day wedding. I'll get into this a little bit when I talk about the second venue that we went to, but first off, I'm not a night owl. I don't drink. I'm not gonna be on the dance floor until 1 o'clock in the morning. I would rather have, because I love my son and we are looking at the sun that shines, not my cat, Bear. I may have forgot to say this at the beginning, but we are looking at having the wedding probably 2 years from now. The reason being, the way that my boyfriend's work schedule works, we could do like a June or a July wedding, which of course is peak season in New England. So they jack the prices up tremendously during that time. That's neither here nor there, but I wanted to make it 2 years from now because I'm loving this already and I don't want it to be over. And then after the wedding happens, it's over. And then what? I'm almost kind of nervous for the post-wedding letdown because there's so much excitement leading up to it. So yeah, I think we'll do 2 years from now. Okay, that being said, the people were lovely at this place. It was beautiful. It really was. I just didn't love the ballroom. So And if it rains, that's where you are the whole time. And I just can't do a carpeted ballroom. What I really did like about this place though is they made it so crystal clear for what the payment options were. And there was so much attention to detail for it that it was very easy to see, okay, this is exactly how much it's gonna cost and what was included. And they could cater to totally vegan. Their sous chef is vegan. They've done entirely vegan weddings before. And our wedding won't be entirely vegan, but there will be, I'm gonna be able to have a ball at my wedding, and my parents are gonna be able to have a ball at the wedding eating whole food, plant-based. But of course there's gonna be other options because also my fiance's special day and everybody that comes, and I'm not gonna force people to eat totally vegan. Then we went to the second venue, and I was so excited to go to the second venue. The second venue that we had a tour for is the one that when I saw it online, I was like, this is my place. This is my place. So I was really highly anticipating that second venue. So we pull into the second venue, and right when we pull in, my mom and I both go, oh wow. Wow, I like got goosebumps. It was this feeling of, this is gorgeous. This is the best of what New England has to offer. So we pull in and we have a little bit of time before this tour starts, so we kind of give ourselves a little tour. At this venue, there are 3 venues within it. So it's a club and there are 3 venues where you can have your wedding. We toured all 3. All 3 of them were beautiful. Oh. It's so me. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're giving ourselves a tour. Wow. This is so cool. We've decided just to give ourselves a tour before the tour. Healthy Mummy goes, let's just wander. So cool. Oh, it's so cool. The bar's right there so I can get twisted at my own wedding. Yeah. It doesn't even do it justice on video, like what it looks like in person. So cool. This is unbelievable.
A nice place for them to come. This is always cocktail hour for this space.
Oh, cool.
But we do have a beautiful option for you to do your ceremony up here. We move those back tables, we pull this lounge closer, and we angle it so that you're overlooking the harbor. We also have the beach as a ceremony option, and then we have the beach deck too, dependent.
So this is cocktail hour.
Cocktail hour, possible.
Okay,
ceremony.
Yeah, cool.
They're just coming up for the wedding. Yeah. So these doors would both be open. Just be careful on this step. So this is all cocktail hour. We have a screen that pulls down right there, and then a screen that pulls down in front of that window. So your guests aren't seeing into the reception suite, and so we usher everybody in.
Okay. This is beautiful. I can only imagine too when it's all like done up, you know?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh.
So she'll show you upstairs first. Actually,
Oh my
yeah, we'll go
gosh.
upstairs first. I think. What'll be best for you?
Come to South Beach.
Oh my god. I'll see all the cottages.
Bill O'Brien. That's who I was thinking.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bill O'Reilly. And I thought it was gonna come out.
Yep, Bill O'Brien.
Remember we saw this, Mom? I showed you the photos.
Slides all the way
This is
back.
unbelievable.
So the whole space, you have the indoor-outdoor field.
This is why you showed this one last, yeah.
Yes. So
I mean-
on the left-hand side, you can do a beautiful ceremony facing the water, or you can do a ceremony on the beach. We actually, I think, have it set up down here.
Gosh, it's so cool. See what the ceremony down there.
We usually ask the members to, these are all members, so this is all our beach, so they'll move. But this is also, if you're choosing this space, it's a 6 p.m. or 6:30 ceremony. Yeah, so this you'll have 90 minutes prior, yes. And then
The
this
windows.
becomes backup cocktail hour. So this whole space here would be cocktail hour
Got it.
if you have inclement weather, which you're not going to have. It's going to be beautiful.
This
So we
is,
do I mean, May through July, I feel like it's a good chance where you would put like your guest book and stuff like that. So these actually are 72-inch tables that we have on site in this specific venue.
Yeah.
If you'd like to use them, those are 12 tops, but our standard is the 10.
okay.
Restrooms are right around the corner, and then
Ugh.
right down.
Even that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is unbelievable.
Yeah. We're looking
Oh my gosh.
beautiful, but I definitely am a little partial to this. It's just pretty.
Stage.
We don't make you bring in a stage. If the band wants to just set up on the floor, that's fine.
Fine. Okay. Got it.
And the entire time we were there, I was saying to my mom, like, we found it. This is it. Like, we don't have to go anywhere else. This is it. It is light, bright, and white. The sun pours in. Gorgeous. And with the 3 venues, like, you really can't go wrong because they're all so beautiful. But then I learned something not so great. The ceremony doesn't start until like 6 o'clock. So if the ceremony starts at 6 o'clock, and then the ceremony goes till, I don't know, 6:30, 6:45, then you have a cocktail hour. By the time you sit down and you're in the actual room, that's like the big thing. This is what I've dreamt of, is having the sun pouring in and it's light and it's bright and you can see all the gorgeous flowers. There's no overhead lighting. It's all natural lighting. By the time you get there, the sun's gone down. And mind you, we're in Massachusetts. We're on the Cape. This is the furthest you can get east, which means the sun's gonna set early. And if we did a May wedding, for example, the sun sets at 8 o'clock sharp, which means we don't get any sunlight. And that's the whole thing. And I asked, can we pull it back? You know, I would want to do, like, I would want to start at like 3 o'clock, even earlier. I mean, because you're waiting around all day long. Like a 6 o'clock ceremony, you're just gonna be waiting all day. To be honest with you, I'm not opposed to a daytime wedding. I would love to have a daytime wedding because it's very on brand for me to be operating during the day and then like, let's go to bed at a reasonable hour. I don't want to be up until 1 o'clock in the morning, but I also want to be like not so uncool, as Luann de Lesseps would say. So that's a deal breaker for me, to be honest with you. I don't want us to have like overhead lighting on the whole time at the wedding. I want light pouring in. So that was really upsetting. That was a really big letdown because I was like, this is our place. And the price is like astronomical. And if you're paying, it's astronomical. If you're paying that much money and you're not able to be there to enjoy the gorgeous view, like that's the whole purpose of this venue, is the view of the ocean is beautiful and you can't see it, then what's this all about? If I can't scuba, then what's this all been about? Now, the woman that I was talking to, who is lovely, who is so sweet, everybody that I've worked with is awesome. so far. She noted that and I must not be like, and I know that I'm like an 80-year-old woman trapped inside of a 29-year-old woman's body. But she said, you know, most of our brides and grooms prefer to have the lights off when the dancing begins, or not the lights off, but like they like for it to be dark out when it's dancing time. And I don't. I'm not a typical, like I'm not a party girl drinker up until 1 o'clock in the morning. I want to be in bed and then I want to be fresh as a daisy for brunch the next day. And it's so pricey, you know, looking at the budget that we have. I don't want to be house poor, so to speak. So house poor is, my friend Michaela taught me this. Shout out Michaela, break your budget. She is my best friend from college, and when I was buying a house, she was saying to me, you don't want to be house poor. You don't want to spend all of your money on a house and then you don't have any money in the bank because all your money is tied up in a house. And speaking to this wedding, I don't want to be venue poor. I don't want to pour all of the money into the venue and then we don't have any money for florals or for a dress or for decor or for having a brunch the next morning. I really want to do that. I want it to be, or like accommodations, places to stay. I want it to be a whole weekend of activities. And if we throw all of the money into the venue, God forbid it rains, and then it's nighttime and it's black outside, like, what are we doing here? This is Cape Cod in the summer. If it were night, we may as well be here in Boston in some hotel. Like if we are going to be on the Cape, or if I want to do the ocean thing, I want it to be earlier in the day. And that's something that I've learned with wedding planning is at many places, you don't get to choose what time you want the ceremony to start. So after touring the venues, Healthy Mummy and I went to get lunch, and we went to a place called Bread and Roses in Hyannis. And I DM'd them and I was like, do you want to do a collab? And they never saw my message. Let's see if they saw it. No, they never saw my message. So maybe in the future, because it was great. Bread and Roses in Hyannis is a fully plant-based vegan bookshop cafe. So it's so great because everything there is vegan. And then they had some healthy options too, because vegan and healthy are two different things. There were certainly some junk food vegan options. I brought my fiance home a lemon blueberry gluten-free vegan scone, which is not healthy, but it is a treat for him that I brought home. But I'll show you what we got for lunch. All right, I found this place on Instagram and it looks so cute. It's a vegan bookstore cafe. So cute. Yeah. You got
Pineapple, mango, turmeric, ginger, lime,
So here we are inside. Healthy Mummy got a smoothie. We both got some food. I got a veggie sandwich. She got avocado toast. But anyway, there's this adorable little bookstore. Ooh, and there's an area in the back. What's going on there? I'm hobbling around with my little brace. Oh my gosh, so cute. A little sitting area. Oh, they've got cute little candles. Oh, cute names. And you can sit outside too. But we decided to sit inside. Oh my gosh, Healthy Mummy's avocado toast is no joke. Nice, hearty, I mean, they're huge. We like to do one number, one word, where you rate on a scale of 1 to 10, and then you also do a word to describe it. One number, one word for your smoothie, Mom. Yeah.
I give it an 8. I want to say like unique. I want to say unique flavor.
It's pineapple, mango, turmeric, ginger, lime. It's not something I would think to put together.
Right, I know it.
All right, I got my veggie sandwich on sourdough. I made sure that the avocado spread didn't have anything added to it, any oil or anything. Healthy Mummy has the avocado toast, and we are doing some wedding planning. So this is our setup. The pickled onions, I think pickled onions like make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Or like if you throw pickles in, so good.
Definitely. Read, I don't know what recipe it was, but in place of oil, using pickle juice. Or
Interesting. You're so civilized eating your... We're gonna do a little planning while we eat here. You know what I really love about this too is they have a timeline.
Oh, that's good.
Love it.
Yeah.
So like we could do it next year if we wanted to. I don't know.
It's up to you.
I just don't want to rush through it. Like then what, you know?
Yeah.
Our plates are cleaned. It was absolutely delicious, delicious, delicious. And I got a second tea here. So I slept on it last night. We did this all yesterday. And I was looking at some more places, and we're gonna head next down to Newport, Rhode Island. My fiance's sister, so my future sister-in-law, actually lives in Newport. It would be super convenient for them. But I found a couple of venues online in Newport that are gorgeous. We're gonna see a few venues while we're there, and we're gonna do this whole thing over again. So we'll see some venues, we'll get some lunch, the whole thing, and I'll see you in that next vlog. If you made it to this point of the video, comment, see you in the next vlog. Because this is so fun that we get to do this journey together. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of my journey. I love you, honeys, and I'll see you in my next one.